There's a saying in the Army that every soldier is a safety officer, where we would like the saying to be in the Army, every contractor is an auditor. Every employee of a contractor is an auditor. So the expanded coverage that we were able to get for whistleblowers in the private sector as in the field of DoD contracting, I think is going to pay great dividends to the taxpayers. I think it is going to make a big difference in making sure that in future contracting, future contingencies where contracting is necessary, that there will be brave people that will be able to step forward without fear of the kind of retaliation that makes every whistleblower sweat. We protected disclosures as to who you can make them to. We created more meaningful rights to give whistleblowers their day in court, with rights of de novo reviews of their cases and a right to a jury trial. We also put an end to the endless investigations by placing a very stringent but fair timeline on DoD to investigate and make their findings on whistleblower claims of reprisal. No more endless administrative reviews that leave a whistleblower out of work and in desperate need of assistance and hanging in the balance. We want a provision to make sure whistleblowers know about their rights by requiring the notification of whistleblowers and also limiting the ability of contractors to restrict those rights in really spurious contract clauses. It's a great start. For me, it was a great start. Now we have to do more. The next stop on this journey was Consumer Product Safety Commission. Once again, we were able to, because of real life examples that we were aware of, we were able to do some very, very important work in the area of whistleblower protection in the Consumer Product Safety Commission. And then the stimulus and our efforts to make sure that we could add a protected class, that is, we covered disclosures made internally to an employer. It's weird to me that we are not encouraging in the law disclosures to an employer. It's kind of strange because that's where most whistleblowing is going to occur, the chain of command. Most whistleblowers are really good employees, right? Most whistleblowers want to tell the person who supervises them about the problem. Most whistleblowers then want it to get fixed. And so it seems to me that that first chain of command is a pretty darn important place to have whistleblower protection. It is the most efficient way to fix problems in government, is for a whistleblower to be able to tell the person right above them what the problem is and have some kind of security that it doesn't mean that they're going to get transferred to the desk to nowhere. We clarified the burdens of proof in the stimulus. We made sure that contractors can't find ways around whistleblower claims by mixing funds in projects and claiming that the whistleblower complaint had nothing to do with the federal funds. You know, like, oh, that defective bolt wasn't paid for with stimulus funds, therefore the protections don't apply to you. That bolt that was defective was paid for by state money or was paid for by local money, therefore the federal whistleblower statute is no longer applicable. We fixed that. And so they cannot make that claim now that allows them to escape accountability because of mixed funds. Now, let me just close by saying I don't get it, this thing about federal law, why people are willing for us to give protections to the employees of contractors we're paying with federal money, but somehow are uncomfortable with those very same protections going to employees we pay with federal money. I don't understand the distinction. I don't really get it, and I hope that you all, if you do nothing else, that you can hone in on these elusive senators that keep blocking us as we try to provide the same kind of protections to all federal employees that we have for private employees that are working on the federal dime. And essential among those, of course, is making sure that federal employees have the right to a jury trial. I am not going to stand here and tell you that there has never been a frivolous lawsuit filed in the United States of America. Certainly there have been. But I can also tell you that all you have to do is look at the numbers in this area of the law, and it is pretty clear that there aren't lawyers lining up to say, please let me take your whistleblower case. Winning a whistleblower case, going all the way to the end and prevailing in a court of law in this country, the odds are very similar to winning the lottery. Now, that is not an area of the law that anyone can, with a straight face, can say, oh my gosh, the frivolous lawsuits, we must clamp down. It's just the opposite. Whistleblowers finding a lawyer that is willing to spend the time and the money to pursue one of these cases is a very, very difficult proposition. And I know when I said that, I have heads nodding. Lots of heads nodding. President Obama has repeatedly voiced his support for whistleblower reform. We know we have some champions over in the House. I know that Congressman Waxman was cranky that we were not able to get it in the stimulus bill, those provisions that we wanted to get in there. But I do hope that you all don't give up. I won't give up. I hope you figured that out about my personality. I am borderline obnoxious. In fact, some people would say I am obnoxious about this kind of stuff, and I'm going to keep working to make sure that we find the right vehicle to give the kind of whistleblower protections to every federal employee that we have managed to give on a piecemeal basis to employees of those who work for the federal government and the private sector. I'm really happy to be here today, and I can't tell you if, I'm going to be candid here and tell you that it's not unusual for senators to get awards because you go home and lots of different groups want you to come to speak, and which is great, and they give you an award. And some of them all of them are nice, and I appreciate every single one of them, but some of them have special meaning to me. And this particular recognition by you means much more to me than you can possibly imagine. I want to be your champion. I will continue to be your champion, and thank you for having me this morning.